Hi everyone and welcome back to your piano lesson. If you are here for the first time, I am Gianluca Fronda, your piano teacher. If you want to discover about me, you can watch the introduction video of the channel in the description of this video. I'm leaving the link below. And you can also find the link for my artistic channel. Now let's go to our lesson. Today I want to talk about Robin Redbreast on page 15 of John Thompson's Easiest Piano Course Part 3. I consider this one the richest one until now, maybe straight after obviously Pop Goes the Weasel, because it's definitely full of things, obviously more than that one. Full of slurs, two-note slurs, staccato notes, the pause sign, crescendo, decrescendo, or diminuendo, because it's exactly the same thing, we should say. Plus, I like to suggest my students to play the notes with nothing on top, so without any slur or without any staccato, to play them with a portato touch attitude. So I am going to play first of all at the final speed, and then we will clarify a few things, and then I will play again at slow speed. Now, it's obvious that it's very complicated and I'm not expecting you to do exactly what I did, but try to capture as much as you can. I explain really what I did. So here and here I've played these notes, these two notes, bouncing a little bit, not staccato, but not legato. I show you how they would be staccato. Staccato they would be, again, legato, so smoothly, like with a slur, they would be. I have played dum dum bum bum, yeah, with this kind of very gentle bouncing. I have already mentioned in the past in one of the videos that when you have the portato notes, the note that you should play portato, you should really you should shorten the sound of these notes up to 3/4 of the value. This is in theory, yeah. It sounds a real exaggeration, but try to do your best to play them not staccato and not really legato, not really smoothly. Then, here, how can you make this passage very easy? Since it's a staccato note, the left hand one, as you know, release it on the end. So, exactly when you play this one. In practice it will be, to make it easy, yeah? So, ti-ram, ta together on one, on end, that goes down only the right hand note, the C, this one, and the left hand one goes up. Why? Because it's a staccato, so ti-ram, ti-ram. Then you do the same here, don't connect these two notes because there is no slur in between them. And you do the same exactly what you did here. Obviously you connect very well these ones. It's a staccato, staccato, normal note. These ones as well, try to play them slightly portato. So, staccato, I show you always the three possible ways. These ones would be staccato, very quick and jumpy. Yeah, ta ta ta, going over. Legato they would be taram, tara tara, para para, para para. But these two ways are not the right ones. The most amazing one could be ta ta pa pa para. It's not, you see, staccato, but is slightly portato. Then you carry on. In the beginning of this bar you do exactly the same you did in the beginning of the first full bar. Carry on in the same way. Obviously there is this crescendo and decrescendo or diminuendo. Again, crescendo here. With a wider crescendo taking you up to this fantastic point. Here I like to suggest my students to do one thing. To make maybe to play these two notes with a very interesting pause. fermata. I think that the most clever way to play these two notes is to hold them down for 3 counts. In this way, the perception, obviously, if you liked what I did, you can do the same. And I held these notes on the first count for 3 full counts. It seems that I had 1 more bar. Because obviously you should hold down the note for longer, but for how long, you might say? To play it, I think, in a very interesting way, you might think that this is dotted minim or dotted half note tied to 1 more crotchet. So I'm holding down for 4 counts, I should say. I show you what I mean, yeah? Coming from the previous bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 da da da. You see what I did? I do it again, yeah? It's quite tricky, but if you get it, it's very easy. Again from the beginning of the last line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 da da da. Have you seen? I've been holding down for 4 counts in total. And simply remember the mezzo piano. And that's it. Respect the fingering, yeah, please. Because we'll make easy, very easy this passage. So 1 on the D, thumb. Then 2 for the C sharp. Then 3 for the C, natural C. Et voila. And then 4 for the B, natural B, yeah? According to the key signature, all the B's they have to be flattened. But here, the composer is asking you to play the B, natural. Now I'm going to play it very, very slow. In this way you can follow me even more, yeah? 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and stop. I think that if you would apply all these interesting things that I've suggested you might enjoy for real this Robin Redbreast. Study carefully, pay attention to every single detail. Now more than ever, it's time that you also follow a very strict and specific method when you study. Don't try to study the whole one at once. Yeah, you can discover the notes. Obviously remember, play first of all the right, then the left. Then, instead of going straight on to the hands together for the whole one, study in small blocks. This time, it's even, could be definitely wise to study 1 bar per time, or maximum 2 bars per time, and play them 5 times, 10 times. In which way you're saying? For example, let's see 1 second what I mean. For example, I'm going to play simply the first and the second bar, yeah? First, let's say the pickup note, and the second, or first full bar. I'm going to do 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and stop. I repeat several times. Maybe you might say, yeah, this is not maybe the most complicated one. Okay, let's go maybe to this bar plus this one. Let's see how it works from here. You start from the C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and you do the same again. Maybe slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... Once you're ready with these 2 bars, with these 2, you can now study these and these, connecting these 2 bars. Let's see. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... You do the same. 1 and... Just to... sometimes it could be definitely wise to study even the single beat. In this way you study very well how to release the staccato note and how to avoid to play it while you're playing the C, the second quaver. Because indeed, according to the theory, this one should be definitely released here. I'm suggesting just because it's a very easy and practical way. Then when you play it, you don't think anymore. That's why you should spend lots of time now that you study. I will play again these first beat of the first bar, second line. One end, you see? One end, and the whole bar will be 1 and 2 and 3, and connecting now the first and the second bar of the second line, I do 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, and I can also play maybe the last one. I do again now first, second and third, and play them several times. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. If you apply this method to the whole Redbreast and to all the pieces that you study, you will be definitely successful. Thank you very much for today. Don't forget to let me know how it's going, if you are enjoying this piece, if you are applying any of my suggestions, or if you have any other idea. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have never done until today. Thank you very much. See you. Bye.